to Southampton International Boat Show 2022. And this week we're having an interview with Dehler Yachts and their representative in the UK, Inspiration Marine. We're here on the German-built Dehler boat. This is the 46 SQ, and I'm with Russell Payne, who's going to tell us a little bit about the boat. And the first question I have is, why is it an SQ?
It's a good question. It's the latest innovation of the Dehler yachts. The SQ suffix has been given to signify the style and the quality of the boat, now applied to the build and the fit out.
So is the whole range going to be an SQ range?
Eventually, it's foreseen that all the boats will be given the SQ treatment, as it were. But at the moment, the 46, this boat, is the SQ, and we also have the 38 SQ available.
So just talk us over the range generally that you have on offer.
So we start on the Dehler with a 30 foot. It's an out and out race boat. It's a one design race boat that's taken off, been very popular in Germany. We've got one boat here at the show, and that is generating a huge amount of interest. It's a real pocket rocket. Then we move up to the Dehler 34, which is a lovely little fast family cruiser, the 38 SQ. Then we move up to the 42, and then top of the range is what we have here, the 46.
Dehler's been producing boats for quite a long time now, and how has the range actually developed to what it is now?
I think they've looked at what people are wanting, which is more comfort on their boats. So a boat that will cruise, but the Dehler is a pedigree boat. It's always been a performance cruiser. It's always had that ability to really give you a taste of the seat of the pants sailing. And the bigger boats and the more modern boats have this really nice fit out, as well as that little edge that will give you a nice feel to your sailing performance.
And how has the hull shape developed over the years?
They've gone more beamy, as you'll see. Lots of boats now are wider in the beam. She's flat at the back, so off the wind she's a really lovely performance boat. So you get, as I say, you get that lovely feel of the boat picking up and surfing off down the wind as you bear away. But upwind, the fine entry to the waves is still there as well, and she's a very stiff boat. She's a keel stepped mast, so that gives you that performance and that feedback through the boat, through the rig when you're sailing. And
is it an ideal boat for long distance cruising?
You can take her offshore. Certainly there are boats that have gone long distances with the Dehlers. They are well built boats. They're certainly well up to the task for any distance that you want to take her, really.
I was always very impressed with the finish of the fiberglass on the Dehlers, actually. I'm going back to the sort of 1990s, but the finish was always sort of one above a lot of the boats on the market.
I think this is the feedback that we get from old owners that come to the show again today. We've just had a gentleman come aboard, said that he was racing a Dehler in the 90s, and it was a beautiful boat to sail, and it's still going, still being raced, and still looks as good. If you look after the boat, it'll look after you.
Just tell us about things like water makers and generators. Is all that fittable onto the boat?
You can, absolutely. Yep. On the larger boats, there's more space, obviously. But you can always get a little compact unit in there. Water makers, probably not the sort of thing that you'd fit on the Dehlers quite so often, because they are more built down to weight to try and give you that performance. But certainly it's always an option. Yeah.
And what about the option? You've got a lovely light wood interior in here. What about options for finish?
So this is the light oak, which gives it a beautiful airy feel to the interior of the boat. You can go with the classic mahogany or teak woods if you're old style and want to enjoy a slightly different wood.
And what about hull colours? Is that a possibility? Do you have anything apart from the standard white?
There are, the standard white, but you also have blues and greys available throughout the range now as well. Okay. Yeah.
And how many boats a year does Dehler produce?
So throughout the range, the Dehler factory is putting out about 75, 80 boats a year. So still being built, still popular boats, and still well regarded within the industry.
If I was to order one of these now, when would it be by the time I received it?
So we're looking at delivery 2024 currently. So the order book is full. We've been very, very fortunate with the supply of the boats into the UK. But if you want to order a boat, you're looking for a little bit of a wait, but it's worth it.
And just give us a sort of ballpark figure of what one of these would cost to go off sailing on.
So we try and price the boats at the show here as a typical sail away price. So the 46 here is around about 550 to 570,000. This boat itself at the show is 570. Typical sail away would be about 540, 542.
And just looking to the future, one of my favourite boats of all time when it first came out was the Dehler41 deck saloon. I absolutely loved that boat, and I promised I was going to buy one. And we went to look at some when we actually bought our catamaran to go around the world, and I still thought they were a very nice boat. So cool. Is there any plans to bring them back?
Who knows? Yeah. Never say never. But I think the modern designs and the modern fit outs on the boats and the way the boats have been really, really welcomed into the industry, they are doing something right, because we're getting lots of interest at the show, and the people who enjoy sailing really come onto these boats to enjoy that feeling of being able to tweak a few bits of string and enjoy the performance.
And it's nice to have a boat which is geared up for the yachtsman to sail.
Exactly.
Because
exactly
some of them are a little bit more subdued.
It's a pedigree boat. It's the sort of thing that you can really take a bit of time to get going nicely. So it's like a sports car. You don't have to drive it fast, but if you really want to get the most out of it, you can put your foot down and really get some feedback.
Russell, thank you very much.
You are welcome. Lovely to have you on board. Thank you.
So this is the Dehler46 SQ.
Yeah, it's a fine boat actually. It's very nice. Lovely bright light interior, and I understand Dehler do have the reputation for being great sailing boats. One for taking out and really letting go and enjoying the sail. Very, very fine boat at the front end here, and beautiful finish to the fiberglass.
Yes,
very nice.
yes, very nice.